Welcome to Lesson 3 of Unit 1 of Intermediate Web Design. We'll cover the last little bit of miscellaneous material that I'd like to show you before we move on to PHP. That is getting data or values from form fields, events. We'll look at one event, but there are several. Also using the Document Object Model, or DOM, to modify CSS values. Up until this point, we've been adding values directly to our code, but we should get values from user inputs so that users can interact with our programs, providing their own data. To get values from a form field input element, you simply ID the element and then use document.getElementById with the element's ID .value. Here's some example code for a very lean form. The first 4 lines of the code is the HTML for a form with one text input field with the ID username. We have the event handler onClick, which is an HTML attribute of the button tag. OnClick calls a custom function, myFormFunction. We have a paragraph with the ID formResult. A best practice is to ID any HTML element you may anticipate grabbing a hold of with code. Finally, our JavaScript, simply the function myFormFunction. MyFormFunction gets the data from the name field, pops it into the form result paragraph. Try this code out and experiment adding more text fields, for example, a phone number field and an email field. There are 3 examples in your reading. Make sure you try them out as well. We can modify any attribute or CSS rule with document.getElementById. We can change the color, size, background, font family, position, etc. Here is some example code. Notice there are no script tags. All the code is in the HTML attribute, the event handler. Also notice the single quotes around the CSS demo in the event. Make sure to try out the examples in your readings. Experiment with changing values, IDs, and variable names. That's it for our JavaScript learning. Make sure you try out the more involved examples in the readings. I've also shared some additional resources with you in the readings. Spend as little as 5 minutes a day learning and relearning JavaScript and you'll be an expert soon. When you learn JavaScript, you're also learning the fundamentals of programming. We'll be seeing a lot of what we've learned again when we get into PHP.